James Sinclair, I've been interviewing you now for an hour, and to be honest with you, I've been genuinely impressed. I knew you were good, but I didn't know you were that good.
Oh, shit.
It's all right, you give me some money later. In one of your videos, you talked about audit, review, and improve are the three sides of the triangle to making an awesome business. Why is that?
Well, look, businesses need micromanaging. I don't care what anyone says, and people say, no, that's not true. But anyone that's really good at their craft, let's just put business to a side here. So I read recently this book called Bounce, and Chud's read it, and my team have read it, and it's all about 10,000 hours of purposeful practice. Have you read this book? It's a fantastic audio book, and this guy was champion tabletop player, and he doesn't believe that talent exists. Now, I do believe that there people have some base talents, and he must have had some base talent, but he practiced that base talent, that motivation. Maybe the word isn't talent, but it's motivation. He had the motivation to purposeful practice. I think that's his big key difference. And after 10,000 hours of auditing what he's done with a coach, he's reviewed it and improved it. And that is what great sports people do. That's what great singers do. It's what great musicians do. It's what great sports players do. And I want business owners to do that as well. So you need to have someone audit your business, come and have a look at it and say, look, what are you doing about this? Now, a lot of those reasons why businesses improve, maybe it's a lack of cash, but there are loads of 1% improvements in businesses that are cash neutral, that you audit, you review the audit, and you improve from it. And it's this old.
It's classic on or in the business stuff, but at a more structured and processed level.
So my view on leadership businesses and business owners should be 80% on the business, but 20% in it. So you'll often find me going.
Not funny because it's 90% in the business with estate agents.
Yeah, well, that is most. I would say most business owners are 80% in their business and 20% on it. It's the last thing. The on the stuff is very important, not urgent tasks. Peak performance task is, writing a book, for example, is very important, but it's not urgent for the business. It's not going to pay the payroll, but it will build personal brand and it will generate good leads to you. But it's not essential stuff to get cash flow into the business. That's why people don't do it. Once you get into that position of working on peak performance, being on the business rather than in the business, great stuff starts to happen.
Audit, review, and improve. Though, what does that actually look like?
Well, so you audit your business.
So what's this? Mystery shopping and things like that.
Mystery shopping could be one of them. You have area managers that we have software technology can help this. CCTV. I think CCTV in your business so that you can. I've got every site on here on an app, and I can go in and I can look and just see. Oh, do you know what? Well, that doesn't look very good. £1,000 on CCTV.
That's spying on your staff, though, isn't it?
I don't think so. I think it's auditing your staff so that you can review your
staff.
How
do your staff feel about the fact that you can?
Well, I'm sure they don't necessarily like it.
Okay.
But our managers love it but we can.
Do they know that? At least they know.
No, it's not just big brothering it for the sake of big brothering it. We can say, well, actually, that person has been standing on reception, for example, not doing anything all day. Let's make their job more fulfilling. Because it's our fault that we haven't fulfilled their job. We need to give them more tasks that's more fulfilling so that we can audit that, review it, and improve it.
I used to work for McDonald's, and they would send 2 or 3 people in a week.
I know. And most people don't believe me. So, McDonald's and KFC will have 3 mystery shops a week. Tremendous expense to the business, but if they can keep their spend per head up by 15% and standards up by 15%, it builds a brand. People want to transact. Yeah, exactly, Mondo.
It's interesting that there was there's a number of estate agency awards, but there's one where they mystery shop every single estate agent in the UK with 2 emails and 2 phone calls, and 52% of emails were not even replied to.
Awful. Here's the thing about mystery shopping, CCTV, auditing a business. It makes everyone step up their game. It's why I love regulated businesses. Now, I'll come back to the McDonald's example in a minute, but why I love day nurseries is because there's this watchdog called the government in the form of Ofsted. You know, healthcare, elderly care, they're all regulated businesses, solicitors, accountants, you know, they work to a system and process. And if you don't operate that system, you're right, we'll remove your practice license for being an accountant, being a doctor, being a solicitor, running your day nursery. What McDonald's have done is they have turned a business that most people could go and set up a business selling burgers and fries, but they've turned it into a regulated business. I would say their systems and processes are more stringent than Ofsted on running a day nursery, and they're just selling burgers and fries and milkshakes.
One of the best jobs I ever had was working for McDonald's.
I
got all my stars. You'd be proud of me.
I can see, and they're very good at, you know, progressing people. You literally, if you want to, you can be a millionaire from just starting at McDonald's if you want to own a franchise one day.
Because my understanding is that you've got to buy a McDonald's franchise, you actually have to have worked there.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can start from the very bottom and become very senior in McDonald's. So they when you start with them, they say, look, this is where your progression's going to be if you want it.
When I was flipping burgers 20 years ago in Grantham, the guy that was stood next to me is now at McDonald's head office on their senior team in America. How good's that?
Yeah, see, that's what they've done very well there, and you get to a certain size, and we started to see that progression happen with we tell people, look, you can be anything within our business. You can come and work in head office. Pret do it very well. If you go to Pret's training in London, I love this. When you go through Pret a Manger, above the door, through their training suite, it says Pret's next CEO is entering here one day. And I'm like, that is fantastic. So they know that I'm just making a latte here and I'm making a sandwich, but I can actually run this company. If I like their culture, there is progression here for me.
Thank you very much.